For today's video, I'm going to show you what to do if you don't like your tree, if you want to put extra branches, create a new section, or if you break a wire, break a section, or if you come up short. So I decided to do it on this tree because it is an easy tree, first of all, and it is beginner friendly, and we can do a lot with this tree to break it, to show you what to do. So I had to take the lace off, but let's just say that you had a really big misfortune, and let's see, let me just get my tweezers and my, okay, so you got your tree all done, and then you came back to, and you were supporting your work, you were doing everything right, and you went like this to tighten up your branch, and it broke. Jeez. It's okay. We'll fix it. So, it's unfortunate. It's not ideal, I'm going to tell you the truth. But, don't sweat it. In a case like this, you have to replace these two branches. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on an entire wire. This is where you learn that your craft, working with wire, is actually very forgiving. I have taken more than a dozen trees apart because I didn't know what to do. And I've still done it because it's not ideal. Neither is working with this pendant. I should have taken this off. I'm going to take it off now. Sorry. I should have thought of that, but I didn't. Okay, so we're going to put on a wire. Simple. Put your slip knot however you do it, and just start over again from the bottom. This is the easiest way. Not always the best, but it works. It is the easiest, meaning that you can conceal your mistake easier. So now that you've put it on there, you can't really tell. So what you want to do, twist it to your root, and now just blend it in to your trunk. Just wrap it, look, like this. You can see, you really can't see it at all. It's like magic. This is the easiest way. So I'm going to keep bringing it up to where the branch should be. Now, what do I do? Okay. You can go around your tree again, but it's not ideal. Bring it up to where the first branch is. And now, just continue on. Bring it around your branch like this until you get to where you want to add on your fixer-upper. So, grab another wire. Let's see. See if this I grabbed these from scrap wire. Let's see which one is longer. I didn't even measure them, guys. Okay. Yeah, this will do it. So we're going to put on another wire. Also, you can use this technique if you wanted to fill in a section, say with another row of just leaves or anything. Add it on. Your trunk will be beautiful, and your roots, they don't mind. So put it on the way you always put it on. I use a slip knot, and then throw a few twists in, like you never made a mistake. Just make it look like it's been there all along. Now, just bring it up to your trunk, and look, just bring it around so that it kind of blends in. Whoops. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it will save your project. I've had to do this, but I'm not done. I'm going to show you a few different techniques. Okay, so just bring it up. Look, really only who's going to notice it? You will notice it. Probably nobody else. Just bring it up. Now, you can also use this if you don't like you just to thicken up your trunk or a branch. Now you have both, right? You've got 4 wires. Now we're going to just add on a section. So we're just going to support our work and put in a few little twists. Does this look familiar? It does. Do you know why? Because this is what you did before you made a mistake. So now let's just trim this little wire right here. You could actually cut this next branch off and replace that one too. It's actually probably easier to replace a whole section. But we'll just do this one first, because I already got it done. So now, put a few twists in your wires. Looks familiar, right? Not so shabby. I hope I cut it long enough. I didn't cut it, actually. I found these scrappy wires, but that's okay. If they're not long enough, then I get to show you on this particular branch what to do. Okay, so now you've added a section to your tree. You see that? Now you can put your little leaf. You can just carry on like you never made this mistake that just made you so unhappy. And we're just going to take this mistake right off of our hoop. And save your beads. If you ever make a tree and you don't like it, just save your beads. And then come back and take the wires off your hoop. Save your hoop too. The loss is your wire. It's not a terrible loss. Not a total loss. So that's how to add a section onto a tree. Now let's just say that, well, let's go to the next section. Alright, so it's too short. I broke it. It's just too short, and it's not going to make it to the hoop. You can use the same technique, cut your wire a little longer, and just bring all the way up to here, or let's try something different. I don't want to add another wire. I just want to fix it right there. But can I? I think so. Let's try it. So I have a wire. I'm going to try and blend it right in to my branch. Is it ideal? It is not. But you can do it. I promise. Let's just get this out of my way. I should have taken that off. I shouldn't have broke my branch. Alright, so now I put it right here in the bend of this limb. Can you follow that? Let me move all this stuff out of my way so you can see. So this branch is too short, and I don't want to replace the whole thing, or I can, but let's just say, for the sake of it, we're just going to put a wire right there onto the longer branch, this one, where my finger is, and don't poke yourself. Make it work right into that. Put a few twists, incorporate your branch into it like that. You can wrap it around it. In there and just make it blend. I told you it's not ideal, but it worked. Now you can cut those, or you can just try to blend them in. So now you have your branch. Now let's see. I really don't want to cut them and make a little loop, which I've done this too, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So now that you have wires, if you already had beads, you can actually just bring it right, buddy it up through your row. I should have showed you that first. But now we have this. Now seed beads are pretty small, so let's see what happens. Like I said, it's not ideal, but you can do it. You can conceal a wire if you have to save your project. Okay, so now that we have our branch, slide your beads over both of the wires, the one that's too short and this one, like this. Now you can carry on with your project. If you're going to just continue to bead, continue to bead. I'll show you what else to do. And then we're going to go back and we're going to fix the branch a little bit better to conceal it. And now I'm just going to add some more seed beads onto that. Now, I mean, really, would you have known that I replaced this entire piece right here? I don't think you would, except for that little tiny wire right there. So you know what you do? Put your beads over it again and continue. Just make sure when you get to your hoop, push down on your beads. That wire cannot poke through. I'll show you. This is just to get you through. I'm going to put this in the playlist, and I will continue to do that for you. And whenever I make a mistake and I fix it, if I'm not doing a tutorial, I will put it on the playlist. Even though, like on the double hoop, it was not a tutorial, but I have several hours worth of footage that I shared because I wanted you to see what I was doing. And I'm working on another double hoop, and I'll do the same. So now I'm going to do like I did for this entire tree. Now that it reaches my hoop, well, I think I'm going to put one more bead on that wire right there. Yeah, that'll work. Now, I'm going to just do like I have done for this entire tree before I broke my wire. I'm just going to twist it nice and tight. I'm going to bring it to my hoop like this. I'm going to wrap it around my hoop. I always overcut. Bring the two wires up like that, same as we always do, right? Or if you wrap around your hoop, do it the same way. The important thing is that you've just replaced this piece. And you're not going to get cut or poked, I promise. But you do need to remove the other wires off your hoop. Right now I just want to show you that. Okay. Just carry on like you always normally would, however you do your tree. If you don't do it the way I do it, wrap it around your hoop however you do it. It's not the important thing. The important thing is that you saved your tree. Okay, so here's what you added on. Let me get this in focus for you. And I'm going to get my little pointy tweezers. I'm going to show you. Right there. Can you notice it? Barely. Okay? But if this is troublesome for you, which sometimes it can be, just get in there gently so you don't break it. And just press it in and just make it look like it's been there. And shape your branch like you normally would. So now, let's see, we have created a new section. Get in there and just do that. You cannot tell that this was a new section. You cannot tell that I added on a new branch. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you another way. Okay? Let's say that, oh God. I'm sorry. I'll be back.